All right, we are ready to work on the tail. We have our 20 inches of straight round crochet, single crochet, no increase, no decrease. And you can see here I'm using my mat to put my stitch marker that we left where we began the constant number of single crochets, and I can put that right on the 20-inch marker on my mat, or use a tape measure, whatever you have. It just needs to measure from that marker to where you are right now, 20 inches, and you are ready to begin. So let's begin with the first round of the tail, and we're going to chain one, and we're going to put one single crochet in each of the next 10 single crochets. Then we'll do a single crochet 2 together. So let's do that and count that off. We've got our chain one. Now here's our first single crochet right in the same space as our stitch marker. Move that stitch marker. Nothing has changed there. We're still doing that same procedure. So that's 1. And now we need to move on to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's our 10 single crochets. Now single crochet 2 together. In the first, pull up a loop. In the next, pull up a loop. 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all. And now we're going to repeat those 10 single crochets and single crochet 2 together all the way around till we get back to the stitch marker. We will count, and we should have 66 stitches. All right. Now we're ready to begin rounds 2 and 3. And so I'm going to write down 2 and 3 on my sticky notes so I can just hash them off, because these 2 rounds are going to begin with a chain 1 as always, and then we're going to just put 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So it will be constant. We will not have any decrease or increase, just 2 rounds of 1 in 1, and you'll see that that will come around here pretty quickly, and then we'll be ready to start on the 4th round. We're ready for round 4. Round 4 begins like all of our other rounds, and it's going to be a chain 1, and then we're going to have 1 single crochet in the next 9 single crochets, and then in the next stitch we will single crochet 2 together. We will repeat that all the way around, and we should end up with 60 single crochets. So here's our chain 1 and 1 single crochet. Move the stitch marker. And then we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and our last 9. Now single crochet 2 together. So in the next stitch, pull up a loop. In the following stitch, pull up a loop, 3 on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, and repeat this all the way around, and you should end with a total of 60 single crochets. All right, we're ready to begin the 5th and the 6th rounds, and both 5 and 6th round are going to be put 1 single crochet in 1 single crochet. So I'm going to jot down 5 and 6. That way I can just cross them off after I get them finished, and we're going to again crochet 1 single crochet in each 1 single crochet for those 2 rounds. Your count at the end of each round should be 60 single crochets, and we'll be back to work on round 7. We're ready to begin round 7. We'll begin with a chain 1 and 1 single crochet in each of the next 8 single crochets. So we've got 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to single crochet 2 together. So in one, pull up a loop, in the next, pull up a loop, 3 loops, yarn over through all 3. We're going to repeat that again, 8 single crochets and single crochet 2 together. Repeat that all the way around, and when you count at the end, you should have 54 single crochets. Okay, our count is correct. So now we are just going to finish our round by slip stitching into that first stitch where the where the stitch marker is, and we're going to work on rounds 8 and 9. And you'll see that I'm going to note down number 8 and number 9. Those rounds again are going to be stitched 1 single crochet in 1 single crochet all the way around. So our count at the end of each round 8 and 9 should be 54 single crochets. We've finished row 9. We're ready to begin on round 10. And like all the other rounds, we are going to begin with a chain 1, and we are going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 single crochets. Then we will single crochet 2 together, and we'll repeat that till we get back to our stitch marker again. So let's close this round with our slip stitch into our stitch with the stitch marker. Chain 1 and begin with a single crochet right in with that stitch marker. Move the marker, and they can get a little fiddly sometimes, but boy, you got to use them. So that's 1. Now we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now it's time for that single crochet 2 together. So we're going to go in the next stitch, pull up a loop, in the following stitch, pull up a loop, 3 on the hook, through all 3. Repeat that 7 single crochets in each, 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches, then single crochet 2 together. Repeat that around, and when you're finished, you should count 48 single crochets. count is right. So now we can close up this round and begin on get ready for round 11 and 12. And just like the past, we are going to write down 11 and the number 12 because these rounds are going to be 1 in 1. 1 single crochet in each single crochet around for the 2 rounds. And at the end of each round, 11 and 12, you should count and have a total of 48 single crochets. Okay, our count was right. We are ready to begin the 13th round. The 13th round is going to begin like all others, chain 1. We're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the first 6 single crochets. Then we're going to single crochet 2 together. And we're going to repeat that all the way around. And we're going to end up with 42 single crochets. So we're ready to begin. We have our chain 1 stitch already. We're going to put our first single crochet right in with that stitch marker and move the stitch marker. And we'll continue and work 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now it's time for the single crochet 2 together. Draw up a loop in 1, draw up a loop in the next hook, 3 on the hook, and pull through all 3. And we're going to repeat that all the way around, and we're going to end with 42 single crochets. Our count is right. We are ready to move on to the 14th and the 15th rounds. After we close this round and do a chain 1, we're going to jot down 14 and 15. And those rounds are going to be as the other rounds before. 1 single crochet in each single crochet all the way around, with our count at the end of 14 and 15 rounds being 42 single crochets. Our count for round 15 was correct, so we can close that round, chain 1, and begin round 16. Round 16 is going to begin with the chain 1 like we just did, with 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 single crochets, single crochet 2 together. Repeat all the way around, and your count should be 36 single crochets. Then after you do that and get round 16 completed, round 17 and 18 will be a repeat of the previous with 1 single crochet in each single crochet, with a total of 36 in each of those rounds 17 and 18. Okay, we have finished round 18. Time to begin round 19. We will close this round with a slip stitch as always and begin the next round with a chain 1 stitch. And round 19 will be 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 single crochets, single crochet 2 together. I'm thinking you're probably catching on to this diminished pattern that we're doing. So there's 1 single crochet in that first stitch with a stitch marker. We're going to do a second stitch 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to single crochet 2 together, pull up the loop, pull up a loop in the next 3, and pull through all 3, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. Our count at the end of the round should be 30 single crochets. So 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches, single crochet 2 together, and repeat. Then when we finish this round and we have our count of 30, rounds 20 and 21 will be as before. 1 single crochet in each single crochet all the way around, with our count ending each round with 30. Then we will begin the fun process of stuffing this dino. Stuffing this dino takes a lot of stuffing. I was buying my stuffing in 5-pound boxes, which is a lot of stuffing. I can usually stuff about 1.5 dinosaurs with that. So you will see as you watch me stuff this dinosaur, you need to really get that stuffing way down in the head. It says to stuff the body firmly, and you will be stuffing the remaining tail as you make it, kind of as you go. But you're going to get as much stuffing into this guy right now as you possibly can, and then still be able to work on it. Now, I said I bought my stuffing in 5-pound boxes. However, you're going to see that I use up all of this stuffing, and I need more. I'm nowhere near done. So I went online and I did the math, and 5 pounds is, I think I figured out 62 ounces or something like that, and they sell these bags in 20-ounce bags. And when I did the math, I could buy 4 20-ounce bags for less, and that gave me 80 ounces of stuffing, not 62, and I got it cheaper. So I really encourage you to do the math where you're going to buy this, because like I said, you're going to need probably 3 pounds, if you stuff like I do, about 3 to 3.5 pounds of stuffing to stuff one dinosaur, maybe 4. So I did have to go out and get more bags of stuffing. Like I said, you want to stuff it firmly, so you got to go way down in there into the head. Just keep on going, packing it in. You can feel him and smooth him out as you go, because he does get kind of lumpy and bumpy with these clumps of stuffing that you're sticking in there. But make sure you have plenty of stuffing on hand. It is a pain to have to stop in the middle and go get more. Which you can see that's exactly what I had to do. I had to go get more. Now I did buy 4 bags. I brought 2 in. You're going to see that I use this entire bag I'm working on right here. And I actually go to the next bag as well before I get this guy totally stuffed. So plan on a lot of stuffing, because boy, he needs it. But you want to stuff him firm so he can handle the play and the jumping and the being drug around, because he will get drug around and he will get bounced on. But you also want to make sure that he still remains soft and cuddly like a pillow would. So, but again, I don't think you can stuff this guy too much. He just takes and needs a lot of stuffing. Okay, you can see how much stuffing I've got in here, and I end up having to work on him now, kind of standing him on his head, and me sitting in my chair. Now, as I was stuffing, I did loop a stitch marker into my loop on my working yarn, because I did not want it to be pulled out while I was kind of roughly stuffing and packing him. So that's what I just removed, and I think maybe I lost the connection there a little bit, so I need to refasten that round together with a slip stitch. Yep, there we go. And so now we're going to be working on round 22. That again begins with the chain 1, and then we're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 single crochets, and then single crochet 2 together. We're going to repeat that all the way around, and that when we're done, we will end with 24 single crochets. So there's the first single crochet right there, 1. It's a little different to work on him standing on his head and between your legs, but that's what worked for me. There's 2. And 3 single crochets. Now we're going to single crochet 2 together, 1 and a second one, and pull through all those loops. And repeat that, 3 single crochets, 2 single crochet together all the way around, and you should end up with a total of 30 single crochets. And again, at the end of this round, for round 23 and 24, you're going to work 1 single crochet in each single crochet all the way around and join. And at the end of each of those rounds, 23 and 24, you should also count 24 single crochets. All right, you've finished round 24. You have 24 single crochets in that round. And now it's time to begin the 25th round. Now, if you want to, after you do that, you can stuff a little more stuffing in there. It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other, because sometimes the stuffing gets in the way. So don't stuff it too much so that you can't work on it. So this 25th round is going to start with 1 single crochet like we always do. We're going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 single crochets, and then 2 single crochet together. So that's 1 single crochet right there. Here's 2, and now we're going to do the 2 together. 1, 2, yarn over, go through all those loops, and we're going to repeat that all the way around, and our final count will be 18 single crochets. So 2 single crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet together, and finish with 18 single crochets. Rounds 26 and 27 will be 1 stitch in 1 stitch, and they will both count as 18 when you finish. And I highly recommend that when you finish there, you will need to do some stuffing. We're ready to begin the 28th round, and this round is going to have a chain 1 like we always begin, and it's going to have 1 single crochet in the next single crochet. Got that done right there. Move that stitch marker, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together. So here's the 2 together. 1, 2, and pull through all, and repeat that. 1 single crochet, now single crochet 2 together, and the final count of this round will be 12. And you will also do the 29th and the 30th rounds with 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, so each of those rounds will also count with 12 single crochets. And our last and final round is going to be the 31st round. We are going to begin that with a chain 1 as always, and all the stitches in this round are going to be single crochet 2 together, and you're going to do that 6 times. You're going to end with just 6 single crochets in this round. So if you haven't stuffed up until now, you better stuff now because it's going to get so small that you can't get more than just a finger or two in there to stuff that stuffing in. So get it stuffed in as tightly as you can, and then you're going to do, see, there's 1 single crochet, 2 together, pull that through. I do keep the stitch marker so I don't have to count 6 times to do this. And then you are going to make sure that you count and join that round, and then you're going to fasten this off, and you're going to leave a very long end, because when you get to the end here, you're going to use that end to weave in and out of these stitches and to pull it very tightly closed, and then get a good knot, actually a couple good knots, and then I weave it in and out and make sure that that tail is not going to be pulled on or found or untied somehow. So here are your 6 single crochet, 2 together, and you can see that this is getting very tight. There is not much room here to work, but that's okay. Just keep at it. You can do it, because it doesn't have to be closed tight when you're done with these. You're going to use that tail to weave in and close it up good and tight. So don't try to make it closed with this here. Again, counting is always important. You're going to fasten off and join this round just like every other round with a slip stitch. And then another slip stitch to pull tight and knot. And like I said, get a good long tail, because you are going to be sewing with this and weaving it in tight. Make sure you cut the right side. I'm always scared that I will cut the wrong side. Now, your last chance to stick a little stuffing in there or to rearrange whatever you might want to do. Now you're going to thread this this tail that you've got with your yarn needle or a tapestry needle. I like to smooth him out, kind of make sure he's all nice, but you can do that anytime. So thread up your tapestry needle, weave it in and out of those last 6 stitches, pull it tight, make a good double knot on it, and then weave your tail in and out a couple times down there at the bottom and trim it off. And you will see you have a fantastic little, huge, actually, what we call lovingly and affectionately at this point, our slug, because he really doesn't look like a dinosaur yet. He looks kind of more like a slug. So here's our lovely slug. And here you've got your slug almost done. So be ready, and we should be ready next week with the video on feet. Dinosaur feet, how to make them and how to attach them. And then we will do a final video on the spikes and how to make them and how to attach them. So be watching for those so that you can have a finished dinosaur, just like ours. And give your slug a big hug from us.